Welcome YouTubers, one and all, it's Emoji30 here, and I'm going to be teaching you how to draw an eye for today's Drawing 101. Now, as always, you're going to have a nice white clean piece of paper and a long pencil with a good eraser and a good sharpened edge. Now, first, you're going to have your light, it's going to be over here again, except it's going to be more forward, so it's not really off to the side as much, more forward. And so, what you're first going to do is draw a very wide arch, kind of like so. You can kind of differ with it by like how slanted you want it and such. Then you're going to go ahead and follow in at the bottom, but don't have it as wide of an arch. Make it a little bit lighter, as you can see. Now, you're going to draw like a circle, but don't have it completely in. Have like a little bit go up above at the top. So, make a circle as such, as you can see, because usually with eyes, they're not usually completely out unless you're like really wide-eyed shocked or deer in the headlights, as they'd say. So go ahead and erase that little up top one there. Now you're going to draw the pupil, and the pupil is going to have to follow the circle that you made earlier. And you don't want it to be like all weird. You want it to be nice and even with the circle. Now, like this circle, the outer circle. Now go ahead and color that in, but keep a little white space right here and go ahead and make a little light right there. As you can see, just a little tiny circle. And that'll be like kind of like the light, as if there's another light, or how it like kind of reflects. Yes, that does happen. So now you got that going. Now you can go ahead and fix this part right here if you have that as a mistake. Kind of like just try and think and make it how you find every eye to look. So however you want to make your eye, you can make it slant, more squinted or more open. It's up to you. Now, you're going to lightly shade this outer circle here in between the pupil and the actual eye to make the iris. Now this is going to be like a hazelish color, kind of, but in black and white, so it's obviously not going to be so dark. Now go ahead and make this like outer circle, like the line of it, nice and dark, because it'll really accent it and make it look as if it was like very in depth. It'll actually make it look really, really nice. So now you have that. Now erase a little bit right here, and that'll give you kind of like that little shine there. And then kind of shade it in. Don't worry about getting the white part of the eye, like all out here, shaded, because you can easily erase that and it's not going to do much of a difference. Okay, so now you can see that. Go and darken any lines that you might have accidentally erased. Okay, now right up here, where it's more shadowed, you're going to want to darken that a little bit, and then kind of follow it through to the light. Do the same thing on the other side. So as you can see. Now, erase this little corner right here. Now you're going to make your tear duct. So this kind of like make like a little like hook almost at the end. So just want to kind of hook it, kind of like that. So it kind of looks like a question mark, but the other way around. And then you can go ahead and play with the shape of the eye if you didn't like it before. Now erase the outside, like the white part, in order to make it so it's nice and white, because you want it nice and light. Make like a little line right there in order to separate the tear duct from the rest of the eye so it doesn't look all weird. Now, if you want, you can add eyeliner to it if you're making a girl eye. So you kind of darken it And right at the end, like this is why I always like do, I always like kind of like blacken a little bit more, as such. And it'll actually make it look really, really nice. Now go ahead and add the eyelashes. When you do the bottom eyelashes, don't do it as long because you don't want it to look as if there's a double eye. You want it to look natural. So the upper eyelashes will be a little bit longer than, and a little bit thicker than your bottom. As you can see. Now I like to shade in right here at the top, kind of follow it through, and that'll give you kind of like the depth. And then you do it the same thing at the bottom. And right here to make the nose bridge, as you can see. Go ahead and go over any lines that seem a little faint to you because you really want them to kind of stand out where there are edges, as you can see. Now make a little tiny line right above your upper arch right here to make the top eye to kind of like follow it. And this is going to be your fold that all eyes have, because all eyes have like this little like fold above the eye that makes it kind of follow through. It's really hard to explain, but that's just how the eyes are. Go ahead and erase this again, so it's nice and white. Just kind of like play around with your eye. This is a very soft eye, but very accentuated. Like there's not really much actual emotion into the eye. Now, this is optional, you can make an eyebrow, which I just kind of like follow through like that, and it kind of works. But pretty much will be how you can make an eyebrow. Is that you take from like right here, the little tear duct, you just lightly make a line that's kind of arched over. Then you do the same thing with right here. And right here, about like right where the pupil is, make it a little bit lighter. Now connect the lines together and kind of taper it out before the top. Go ahead and erase these lines here. Then fill in your eyebrow. You can play with that too, like your height and everything. And there you go. That's how you draw and shade an eye. Thank you.